Two of the game's greats, Peter Dacos and Gary Ablett, go on show at Waverley in the clash between Collingwood and Geelong. While the Magpies greedily eye top spot on the ladder, the Cats are equally as determined to claw their way into the 5. While at the MCG, two of the season's big improvers, Richmond and St Kilda. To have any chance of making the 5, victory is a must for the Saints. But in recent times, the young Tigers have got that winning feeling and they like it.
And Steve Hocking had the task on Peter Dacos. There you can see the scoreboard for the first 3 quarters. A couple of times Geelong skipping away, but the Magpies able to get back. And at the final change, there was only 4 points separating these two sides. It was an action-packed final quarter. Let's go to it now.
AFL match of the day at VFL Park. Over 50,000 watching. 4 points the difference in favour of Geelong. Lights turned on in the third quarter through the gloom. Russell. Mullane down towards right half forward on a lead. Peter Dacos. Dacos hasn't been his brilliant best today, but he still has got 2 goals.
Well, taking too long again.
A wobbly kick. That is a mongrel punt. Slapped away by Sterrett to the safety of the boundary line.
I can't understand why they just hang on for so long there. Peter Dacos, there's no way he could have reached the goal from about 60 metres out.
One-on-one, McEwen and Russell
exactly.
up in the goal square. Starcevic doing the ruck work. Ball comes to Barwick. Snapshot by Barwick. Is through for a behind.
Thought that was out of bounds.
So Geelong lead by 3 points. And Dwayne Russell will kick the ball back into play for the Cats. He goes in short. Wide, Morgan can't control it. Oh, that could have been on purpose. Yes. Definitely against Darren Morgan. And the player's really not waking up to it. Francis short. Starcevic, good mark in front of Rogers. He's too tall, and he's got good hands, Craig Starcevic. So he's got the chance to put Collingwood in front in the early part of this last quarter.
Well, look, you think about that decision earlier when Gaffer did exactly the same thing, handballed it straight over the boundary line. So the consistency's not there.
Starcevic from only 30 metres. It's a goal. Starcevic gets his second, and Collingwood are 3 points in front.
Well, they've been the better side in the second half, Collingwood. Starcevic has come into the game in their second half. He kicked 1 goal in the first quarter and now 1 goal in this final quarter. That's an excellent kick from the boundary line, a very tight angle. And they're the kicks that certainly can swing a match. But Collingwood doing all the attacking.
Craig Starcevic, not the most reliable shot at goal, but he's got 2 and a valuable one from a very difficult shot. The Magpies, 3 points in front. Monkhorst wins it out of the centre, slaps it further forward. Bruns runs at the ball, gets ridden into the ground, should get a free kick against Russell. And in fact, it will be the case. Neville Bruns, kick number 12. That's a grab. Mark being paid to Fletcher. Gaffer in front, couldn't mark it. Couch can't take the hand pass from Exel.
That's a throw.
I'd say Gaffer punches to the boundary line, tries to find Mullane, who offloads Fletcher again. Shaw back to Mullane. A neat sidestep by the rugged defender. Looks for Monkhorst. Stoneham in front. Got a hand to it. Can't trap it inside the line.
See, that's an area that I think should be looked at a bit more closely. Those quick handballs, I think most of them turn out to be throws.
And another real good bump by Mullane in that passage of play too.
He's solid, isn't he? Stoneham in front. Monkhorst wins it. Navakalis runs straight into McGuan. Ball spills free for Russell, who had, by his standards, a relatively quiet first half. Still playing well. Stephen Hocking can't mark it. Barwick, a chance to cover himself in glory. Couldn't do so, out of bounds. Right forward pocket for the Woods. So boundary throw into Foggo, with Collingwood doing most of the attacking. Barwick starting on the bench and has picked up 11 kicks. The Woods in front with this slight breeze. A top game of football at the park this afternoon. Starcevic, McGuan, beautiful smother by Rogers, and the ball again out of bounds.
Good thinking, though, by Starcevic to take the ball out of the ruck. Only the desperation of Rogers saving Geelong there.
And the Cats have got a long way to get it back up within scoring distance. It's deep in Collingwood's forward pocket. Manson kicks it out on the full. So a free kick to be taken for the Cats in the back pocket by Lindner. Only able to take 2 or 3 paces and kicks it high towards the half-back area. Mullane can't really take the mark. Picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton across his body in towards the centre. Good play there by Brownless. Gets the ball to Malacallis. Malacallis up towards half-forward. No one home. Now Collingwood defence under pressure. But Turner and Morwood combine. And Collingwood get the ball out towards centre wing. But it was a poor kick by Morwood. Brownless in towards the pocket. Ablett can't mark. At the back, Turner goes around, then onto the hand pass. Wider to Morwood. Chasing was Ablett, but Morwood able to get away. The little chip pass is okay. Francis can't control it. And it goes over. No, it doesn't. Still in. Morwood has followed the play up. Bumped by Brownless. Was that fair? Umpire lets it go. Scott, left foot kick. Gathered by Gary Hocking. Doesn't control it. Met well. Gathered by Couches. Terrific play. Sweeping hand pass. Ablett has to wait for it. Taps it over the top. Scott and Stoneham. Scott's left foot kick in towards the full forward area. Hinkley, can he get his foot to it? Yes, he can. It goes across the face and through for a behind. Exciting stuff here at Waverley. Only a kick in it. And we've got 20 minutes left in this last quarter. So it looks as though it's going to go right down to the last few kicks. Lee Matthews, Mick Taylor, Ronnie Richards, Gavin Brown in the background, looking on anxiously as Dennis Banks brings the ball back into play for Collingwood. Goes out towards that outer half-back flank position. McGuan has got too much time. Then he kicks it to the safety of the boundary line. The bouncing ball, there's no one home. Morgan gets back first. Sweeping hand pass to Schultz. He's able to control it enough to give Morgan the opportunity. Kick off the ground goes back to McGuan. Collingwood into attack. McGuan's kick towards half-forward. Over the back, Barwick. What a good mark. Had to sit on Bruce Lindner, but he still had to do a big jump.
He's done well, Doug Barwick, since he came on. That's a good mark, a big jump over the top.
And in the second quarter, Bernie, he kicked a goal from this position. The kick into the pocket. McEwen gathers it. Kick across his body by McEwen is through for a behind to Collingwood. Well, I don't know if I'd have been Barwick. I may have gone back and had a bit of a shot from there. He's a beautiful long kick of the football.
Well, he made that distance, didn't he? Earlier in the game, in the second quarter, so he would have been entitled to go back and have another shot.
Dwayne Russell will favour the outer side. He's gone in short. Well, that's out of bounds without being touched.
That was a terrible kick from Russell.
I think he slipped in the goal square when he went to kick the ball.
Right to take the free kick for Collingwood. Right next to the small scoreboard. High, long kick into the square. And that is one rushed behind to Collingwood. Scoreboard showing. And we have a thriller, 79-82 in favour of the Magpies. That's a better kick in. Monkhurst and Stoneham. And Collingwood player tried to tap it out the back, couldn't do so. Malacallis and Wright. And on the shoulder, says the umpire, and a free kick going Geelong's way.
Bit lucky there, I thought, too. Graham Wright indicated to the umpire that Malacallis ducked his head. But still, right too. There's the free kick with Malacallis at half-back.
Kicks to centre wing. Couch and Shaw. Couch taking the mark, the Brownlow medalist this afternoon, starting on the bench. At the back, Kerrison. Spoils effectively. Umpire says it's going to be a Collingwood free kick.
Oh, now tell me how you explain that.
That is a strange one, Robbo. I can't explain it to you because I thought he was holding his ground, and I think a player's entitled to do that.
Tony Shaw more than holds his ground. He chips in a pass beautifully to Barwick, who marks, one would think, within kicking distance this time, Doug Barwick. 12 kicks, 2 hand passes and 7 marks.
That's why a critical decision by an umpire can change the fortunes of a game.
This is a good mark to Doug Barwick too, because Steve Hocking was bearing down on him.
Barwick has kicked 2 goals. Correction, make it 1. Should kick from about 45. A little bit further out. And has missed to the far side for one behind.
That's 1 goal for to Doug Barwick. So he's had plenty of opportunities and hasn't converted.
5 points the difference, 79 to 83 in favour of the Magpies. Russell again kicks into the outer side.
Collingwood have had the chance to bury Geelong in the early part of this last quarter. The kick in by Russell, be collected by Hamilton at half-back. Hamilton's short chip, giving Hocking the opportunity to run onto it. Hocking's kick towards half-forward. Brownless can't mark. He's able to gather. Bruns and Brownless combined. Turner and Kelly for Collingwood. Ball hustled over the boundary line. About 2.5 kicks from the Geelong goal. The breeze still blowing reasonably fiercely across the ground, giving Collingwood a slight advantage, which could be important. Couch gets his right foot to the ball, can't do much with it. Scott coming out with it. Francis, left foot kick by that player, up towards the wing. Starcevic, was that a mark? Punched away by Rogers. Play on, says the umpire. Starcevic goes over the boundary line, so we'll have a boundary throw in.
Well, that was the correct decision because Rogers definitely punched it away.
Boundary throw in on centre wing. Stoneham doing well in the ruck, giving away centimetres. Gathered by Bruns is good play. Round to the left foot. Wright chips in. Fletcher. Wright gets his left foot to the ball. Gary Hocking chipping in. McGuan gives the hand pass away. Tony Shaw wide of the centre. Kicks it towards centre half forward. Good kick by that player. And Barwick takes the mark between wing and centre half forward. Barwick's kick into the pocket. Starcevic. Gee, this player comes into it, Bernie, when the crunch is on.
Great delivery there, firstly from Tony Shaw and secondly from Doug Barwick.
I think his height is a terrific advantage in a close game. He takes some marks where his inches or centimetres are an advantage, and his kicking is usually pretty good. Craig Starcevic, long kick, offline, and through for another behind at Collingwood. They started this last quarter with 11 goals 8, so they've gone on to 12 goals 13. Geelong started at 11-12, they've gone to 11-13.
1 goal the difference, therefore. That's the bottom line. Knocked down by Monkhorst. Fresh air shot that time. Opportunity for Stoneham to make amends. Exel runs the ball out of defence. What's he doing down there? Morgan at left centre wing. Was blocked by Tony Shaw. Still got the hand pass in. The man with the ball is Paul Couch. Shepherded by Exel. Ablett the target. 2-on-1. Badly delivered ball. Brownless couldn't make amends. Morwood to Kerrison. Dummies well. Scott Russell. And the Magpies through Dennis Banks will get out of danger. Well, Tony Shaw missed it. He's had 28 possessions so far, so we can make excuses. Mamakalis onto Rogers. Oh, gee, Morwood nearly. Hinkley, the goal sneak. 1 behind.
Goal sneak's kicked 2-6, I think, Pete.
I should correct that.
2-6 and 1 out of bounds on the full.
Hinkley could have covered himself in glory.
Could have. 5 points the difference in favour of Collingwood. Took a great mark early in the game. Had chances. Banks to Gafer. Gafer right on his defensive 50-metre line. Navakalis up one-handed. Gary Hocking and Manson. Takes a wide circle. Couch at the back. Great mark. Showing much the better judgment, Graham Wright.
He really set himself for that one, threw himself back into it.
And 53,900 on here this afternoon as McGuan gets on his bike.
McGuan's kick towards centre half forward. Going back was Schultz, and he takes a good mark in front of Lindner. No, it's going back to the other Geelong player, Lindner.
In front, I guess.
Well, maybe he thought he had a better grab of it. So Geelong players raffling it at centre half back. The kick goes wide to the wing. Bruns could have marked it. He's able to find some space. He runs away onto the left foot. It's smothered. Coming back after it was Rogers. Desperate stuff by McGuan.
Brilliant, Mickey McGuan
Collingwood
there.
fans applauding the desperation shown by McGuan on that occasion.
First of all, he smothered the ball when he backed up, dived in there and forced the ball up.
Collingwood by 5 points. Geelong are a chance. Rogers, good play by Rogers. Gets his right foot to the ball. Kicks it to within goal-scoring distance for the Cats. Ablett can't get near it. Fletcher over the top. Scott and Kerrison. Good play, Kerrison. Hickley again. A tap on. Hamilton should goal and put Geelong in front.
Stopper, 1 point the difference. Geelong in front by 86 to 85. Getting the ball out of the centre so important. Monkhurst, a chance for the Woods. Ineffective hand pass. Banks, oh gee, that was a throw.
And Johnny Russo is in a great spot there. I don't think it is John Russo. I think it's Rowan Saws, actually.
You're right. Gary Hocking will take the free kick. Tony Shaw gets underneath it.
Courage again, Peter.
22 kicks, 6 marks he's had today. Well, 7 marks now, so 28 possessions for the Collingwood champ. Jamie Turner taking the mark. Collingwood trailing by a point. Morgan stands the mark. Turner will go long. Kicks to half forward. Starcevic the target. Lindner chips in to take a good mark. Have to go back. Not a free kick, so no advantage rule will be paid there. And Bruce Lindner will take the free kick. Just under 11 minutes, so plenty of time for things to change considerably here. Lindner's kick up to midfield. The sticky fingers of Darren Mullane come down with the ball. Mullane looks for Starcevic again, having an excellent last quarter. Kicked a beautiful goal from the angle. First coming off for Collingwood. Rhys-Alakis is on. Mark, free kick, no. Dacos takes the crumbs well, doesn't he always? Snapshot, and that levels the scores. One behind, kicked by the Collingwood champ. He's already kicked 2 goals, 12-14 apiece.
Rhys-Alakis,
the bench.
Sorry, Pete, Rhys-Alakis may have been a little bit unlucky there. I thought he was dragged down when he was going for that mark.
Russell kicks the ball in. Pretty ordinary kick. Rhys-Alakis is caught. Gets the hand pass away. Starcevic gets it away a little too fiercely for Russell. Tackled by Lindner. Still the ball under the players. And the umpire will call for a bounce. It's about 55 metres from the Collingwood goal. Ruckman, Schultz and Starcevic. Comes towards Francis, gets it to Barwick. Barwick should put the Magpies in front. His kick goes across the face. McEwen and Russell. Dacos and Hocking, but it goes over for a boundary throw-in. So still the scores are locked together. 12-14 apiece. And we've got just under 10 minutes left in this game. It's been a crackerjack game from start to finish. Both sides battling hard. Hocking, Francis. Left foot snapshot by Francis. It's a great shot by Tony Francis.
Black and white army goes up as one as Francis threads his first goal. What a time to kick it. Collingwood by 6 points.
There's a magnificent goal there on his left foot, Tony Francis, especially with a pressure situation as we have here at the moment. The score's all tied up. Let's have a look at this. Michael Schultz getting the tap down. And Tony Francis somehow weaved his way through there and didn't have much time to get it onto that left foot. But under a lot of pressure, that is a magnificent goal.
Francis boots his first goal in a thriller at VFL Park. The Magpies in front. Starcevic has had a great last quarter. Russell, looping hand pass to Rhys-Alakis. Kicks from right on 50. Another one would be interesting here. McEwen at the back, can't mark, but goals! 2 goals in 30 seconds to Collingwood. McEwen's third. And it's Collingwood by 2 goals. 14-14 to 12-14 at Waverley.
Magpies lead by 2 goals. The job in front of the Cats now. Collingwood out of the centre again through Russell. Morgan gets out of trouble. Hand pass over the top. Banks, surely a free kick against Hickley. And Banks is wide of the centre. Indicating that he's going to perhaps go long. He does just that. Kicks it inside 50 metres. Punched away by the Geelong defence. Wide. Tony Shaw. He's going to get another possession. They're usually pretty effective. Dacos. Hocking, who's been very, very close all day. Dacos has kicked 2 goals, but Stephen Hocking has stuck to him very, very closely. boundary throw in about 30 metres around from the Collingwood goal. They've got another chance. They lead by 2 goals, 14-14, 12-14. Over the top, Starcevic, Melakalis, deep in that back pocket. Left foot kick. Couch running onto it, but McGuan chips in and takes a great mark.
It's good courage, wasn't it, from both players there? Paul Couch going back with the flight and Mick McGuan really not knowing where they were coming at him from.
And he's played pretty well. I thought he was quiet early, but picked up a lot of possessions. Short pass, Barwick.
And Barwick also 9 marks, 15 kicks since he came onto the ground.
McGuan certainly was too far out to score, and he's put Barwick within scoring distance. Only about 30-metre pass, but Barwick is about 40 metres out, perhaps a little closer. He's kicked 1 goal, 3. Barwick from 40 metres. Drop punt kick. Good looking kick, but it just hooked a little bit. Well, hooked a bit more than I thought. The goal umpire perhaps going back. I thought it was a behind, but it's gone out of bounds on the full. So the free kick to be taken back there by Russell.
Would have been handier there, a behind for Collingwood too. Just make it the 3 kicks in it.
2 straight kicks needed at the moment for 2 goals. Tony Shaw yet again. His 8th mark.
Just about another best on the ground performance, Pete, today, Tony Shaw.
30 possessions. Bernie knocked away by Russell. Hocking onto Lindner. Kicks out to Exel, who eludes the tag of Gafer. Up to half forward, Hinkley in front. Couldn't take the grab. Umpire's given a free kick to Fletcher. Kerrison stands the mark. Geelong desperately needing a goal to put themselves back in it. Right. A good knock away. Scott and Wright do battle. Close to the boundary line. Good tackle by Tony Shaw.
Too high, Pete.
It was.
He had his arm over the left shoulder of Robert Scott, and Tony Shaw, certainly a free kick there to the Geelong player.
Long way out, too far out to score, Robert Scott. Let's take a look at it again. Yes, you're right. Picked up well, Ian. Scott kicked 2 goals early in the game to get Geelong moving. He's gone for a short pass. And the mark taken by Gary Hocking inside 50. He likewise has gone short and finds Melakalis in front of Kerrison. Geelong desperately needing a goal. 5.5 minutes left in this match. Melakalis in 2 minds, I think, whether to have a shot or go short. Looks as though he's going to take the former option. No. Having a shot at goal. And I think has missed, judging by the reaction down there. 1 behind, so 2 goals can win it for Geelong. Malcolm Blight would be concerned at the moment. 87-98. Just over 5 minutes left as Dennis Banks kicks in, goes long to the outer side. That's a beautiful kick. And the result is even more important because it's found Darren Moraine. It's past Hamilton. McGuan on the run. Couch in pursuit. McGuan should get there first, but the boundary line is too close. You'll see a throw-in on centre wing.
Well, I don't think Michael McGuan minds, because Collingwood having the advantage. Geelong have to do the scoring, and there's only 4.5 minutes left. Starcevic, Schultz gets the tap down towards Morgan. Advantage could be paid. It is. Morgan goes away with the football and kicks it towards half forward. Brownless gets back. Kick off the ground by Kelly. Goes back towards the Geelong goal. Kelly could be tackled by Hinkley. Ball still there. Manson round onto the right foot goes James Manson, and a nice little pass. He summed it up pretty well. Didn't go very far, but hit Mullane right on the chest. Wide goes Mullane. Punched away from Starcevic by Schultz. Still Morgan in there. Gets it to Scott. Scott out wide to Hamilton. Scott goes back after it again. He's got the football. Hamilton can't get away. Fletcher gets the hand pass. Morgan. Schultz. Schultz goes wide at a Couch. Couch is approaching centre half forward. The kick up towards that position. Oh, surely Exel is held. And the umpire has picked that. Exel to take the free kick 45 metres from goal. Collingwood playing it very, very hard and tight and tough. Gafer got hold of Exel, then in comes Manson over the top, and down goes Exel. Exel from 45 metres. Kick is long, high, and hits the post. 3 goals, 1 to Gavin Exel, and when Geelong need a goal, they just have not got any luck.
10 points the difference. Dennis Banks to kick in. 3.5 minutes left in the game. The Cats need 2 goals. Time running out for them. They've got to get one pretty well immediately to give themselves a chance. Happy birthday, Dennis. Good birthday present. Starcevic, as I mentioned earlier when the callers had a good last quarter. Funny looking old kick. Not effective as it turned out. Linda gets the hand pass to Couch. Can the Cats build something here? They can't. Risalakis overruns the ball. Tony Shaw everywhere today. Risalakis again has been fairly lively since he came on, sitting the bench most of the afternoon. Dacos gets clear of his tag of Hocking. Morgan, a chance to do the tidying up work after McEwen and Russell went down. Francis in pursuit, won't catch him. Still a chance for the Cats. Morgan taking the hand pass from Hamilton. Russell boots it back quickly. Risalakis again. Linda pounces on it, has to get rid of it quickly. 10 points the difference. Rogers spears it in short. Good knock away by Kerrison. Gets the ball into the open spaces. He recovers the quicker. Shane Kerrison at right half forward. 2.5 minutes left in the game, but it's going to come back. There's a whistle.
Oh, no.
Against Tony Shaw.
That's ridiculous for shepherding more than 5 metres away from the play. And it had no bearing. It had no bearing.
Did he?
Well, there's no bearing on the result anyway.
Well, I suppose it's in the rule book, Bernie. You're not allowed to shepherd
still
outside 5 metres.
It is over umpiring because it was hardly even a shepherd.
Fletcher kicks to half forward, and Tony Shaw, I guess Robbo has the last laugh.
Yes, he made up for it, Pete. The kick towards half forward. A great mark taken by Risalakis. And it could be 50 metres.
No. Academy stuff.
Risalakis kicks it in towards the half-forward position proper, and Linda takes the mark in front of Barwick. We've got under 2 minutes left, so Geelong need to get a goal within the next 50 or 60 seconds. Kick by Linda towards centre wing. Manson over the top. Chance for Hocking. Kick off the ground by Tony Shaw, collected by Fletcher. He just kicks it high. Centre half forward. At the back, Hinkley over the top. Banks is there. Brownless. Brownless may have interfered against Banks. No, umpire calls for a bounce. So I think that anyone with money on Collingwood can just about jump in the queue, I think, Pete. Yep, between wing and centre half forward, we've got a bounce.
98 to 88. Good last quarter. Actually, a good last half by Collingwood. This is Francis. He kicked a nice goal earlier. Bounces it with the educated kick, almost, you could say.
It was a terrific kick, wasn't it, Peter? Because it certainly went through the air about 40 metres and then about another 25 when it bounced.
It bought some time, and time is something that Geelong doesn't have too much of at the moment. Schultz and Starcevic doing battle. Ball slapped into the open spaces. White continuing on. Streaming downfield. 55 out. Short pass, and Risalakis takes the mark. Within kicking distance. It's just about good night, Cats. Risalakis within kicking distance. He'll kick from 35. Now he's tying up his shoelaces, and interestingly the clock is still ticking down, but now it's stopped. Risalakis, 35 out, and has missed to the far side, but it won't matter. One behind. Kick by the Magpies interchange player. 99 to 88. And it's just about siren time. Russell kicks in. Kick dropping a little bit short, but that won't matter. It's academic. Paul Couch picks up. Goes inboard with the pass. Hinkley gets clear of Darren Mullane and kicks long, but there's the siren. Collingwood has won a thriller.
Yes, a great fighting effort by the Magpies, booting 3 goals in the last quarter. In fact, 3 goals, 7, and holding on to win 14-15-99. Ronnie McEwen, who has moved down to the forward line in the second half, was their main contributor with 3. Geelong 12-16-88, and Gavin Exel was their main contributor, also with 3 goals. Well, it's time for something special now.